Okay, we have this new video out from Meghan and Harry where they're talking to some people all over the world about the BLM movement and what's going on and the protests and stuff. So there's two takes on it. This is the first take. Meghan Markle is the center of Prince Harry's world, the center. And their recent video call reveals that they're a solid couple with an emotionally close connection, body language expert claims. Okay, so that's the first take on it. Prince Harry, 35, and Meghan Markle, allegedly 38, joined young leaders in a video call last week that was made public. Body language expert Blanca Cobb told Daily Mail that it shows that Harry supports Meghan and she shows vulnerability to a man she loves and trusts. I'm sure that's what she's trying to project with her, devoted, smitten looks at him. She said they have a physical connection as well as an emotional one. She also noted that Harry seemed at times uncomfortable with the subject matter, but has a calm confidence and authority. I think he almost looked, the other take is that he looks like a hostage. I kind of think he looks a lot more like that than confident, authoritative. In the call, the Duke said the Commonwealth needs to acknowledge its past and right those wrongs while also talking about his own personal biases. Yeah. Okay, so here's the points that she made. Their physical positions in the video are significant because it gives a sense of the dynamics of their relationship. Yeah, Meghan was right in the center. Oh, then she goes on to say that. Meghan is dead center with Harry off to her right, which showcases Meghan as the center of his world. It showcases that Meghan is pushing in front and almost elbowing him out. She is right in the center and Harry is playing second fiddle. The prince is second fiddle to the interloper, sitting slightly behind her with her right shoulder in front of his left, symbolically shows that he's got her. No, it shows that she's taking the lead. She constantly, from the very beginning, she pushed in front of him against royal protocol. She would pull him out of the way and go and shake hands with people, pull him out of conversations, take over conversations. She just took over, and he is barely there at this point. Cobb also pointed out that Harry and Meghan's shoulders touch from time to time, which highlights a physical connection as well as an emotional one. How much people touch is very important. Good physical closeness indicates an emotionally close relationship. But this can also indicate Meghan shouldering him out of the frame. She was right in the center of the frame. Couples touch when they feel emotionally close to each other. Okay, I just said that. What's more, there's a mutual appreciation and respect between them, which can be observed when they look at each other while the other is talking. Some of this can be to acting, because I'm sure they were coached to do this. Meghan always looks, lovingly at Harry, like she worships him. And she does this to a lot of people. She did this inappropriately to another man after she's married. She's just looking at him like she's absolutely in love with him. She added, Meghan's hair is pushed over to her left side, exposing her neck to Harry. A woman shows this vulnerability to a man she loves and trusts. That is a good sign. Her neck exposed on his side shows that she's open to him. That's good. Here's the other view of it, and then we're going to take a look at the video, and then we're going to do some reading on it. Prince Harry seemed trapped and awkward when he called the Commonwealth to right past wrongs in a video call with Meghan Markle, body language expert reveals. So this is a different body language expert. As viewers agreed, he looked like a hostage. Let's read that tweet for you. Here's the tweet. Jason Pilipenko. That video made for uncomfortable watching. I'm beginning to think he's being held hostage. Hashtag save Prince Harry.
Well, I think so much of what we're seeing as well is that, it's not even in the big moment.
Okay, you can see her moving completely into the center and pushing him out of the frame. Harry's shoulder is out of the frame. She's taking the entire center.
That's right. It's in the quiet moments where racism and unconscious bias lies, and as you said, lies.
And an alpha will take as much space as possible. She is half his size, and she's taking 4 times as much space. Look at the guy up on the right. Look how much space he's taking up in the frame. Look at this girl. I'm not sure where she's from, but she's over to the right of the frame. She's kind of small, taking up less space. This man is right in the center of the frame. She's right in the center of the frame.
Hides and drives, and it's those nuances that I think is
she's pushing him out of the frame again.
To understand the role that they play in that, either passively or actively, but I think even more so passively. And so much of what I've come to the understanding of, especially,
she keeps moving around, okay, and jostling him out of the frame. The whole thing is hers, and he just is sharing her space. They're not sharing space. That's her space. He's in her space. And look at the look on his face. He has a blank look on his face.
Actually, and learning even more about it of late, and obviously having had personal experience with it as well, but in people's complacency, they're complicit. Yeah. And that, I think, is the shift.
All he did is agree with her. Look, he's closing his mouth and his lips. He's biting his lips. He has something to say. She's not letting him say it. She's just going on this long soliloquy.
To go, it's not enough to just be a bystander and say, well, it wasn't me. And that's what I think was very much manifested in what you're feeling from people's outpouring surrounding the murder of George Floyd. That it wasn't that this wasn't always happening. It's that it's come to a head at a time where people just said, enough. And I'm curious to know from all of you how you're seeing the effects of Black Lives Matter obviously, Mike, you're in Manchester, you said, but around the world where the rest of you are, how you're seeing that play out and percolate there.
I would also notice that most of her gesturing with her hands is on Harry's side, and it pushes Harry further over. Look, Harry's closing his eyes again, and she again moved further into the center of the frame. She's taking the direct center of the frame.
They most likely will have the best and most informed diagnosis of the problem.
From that is know when to lead and know when.
Harry is again biting his lips. He looks at her, he takes a deep breath, he's biting his lips. He has something to say, but she's just talking and talking and talking and talking.
To listen.
Yes.
And those are probably the two key things in this.
She cut him off again. She's just talking right over him. He had something to say. She just keeps talking.
Moment that I think people, that distinction of knowing.
She takes the center of the frame again. She keeps moving into the center of the frame and pushing him out.
When you need to be on the right side of this, as we all do, but you also need to know that in being on the right side of it sometimes just involves listening and having an understanding of what's at play.
Certainly when you look across the Commonwealth.
Okay, so finally Harry is speaking, but she maintains the center of the frame. He's barely in the frame. She keeps pushing him out. She is so graciously sharing her video frame with him, and just barely.
There's no way that we can move forward unless we acknowledge the past. And I think so many people have done such an amazing, incredible job of acknowledging the past and trying to right those wrongs. But I think we all acknowledge on here that there is so much more still to do. It's not going to be easy, and in some cases it's not going to be comfortable. But it needs to be done because guess what? Everybody benefits. So I think there's a hell of a lot that we together need to acknowledge, but I only see hope and optimism in the fact that we can only do this together.
The entire time she keeps moving into him and pushing into him. She keeps moving toward him and pushing him out of the frame. It's her
have to, in this moment in time, say, we're going to have to be a little uncomfortable right now because it's only in pushing through that discomfort.
He's biting his lips again. He's blinking. Biting his lips means he has something to say. What's going on in his mind? You can tell a good actor or actress by looking at their face and asking yourself, what are they thinking? What is he
get to the other side of this and find the place, as you're pointing out, where a high tide raises all ships.
Her shoulder's in front of him. She's in front of him the whole time. How is she in front of him? Why aren't they equally situated? He's the prince. Why isn't she behind him? Why isn't she allowing him into the center of the frame?
Equality does not put anyone on the back foot. It puts us all on the same foot.
Equality apparently puts Harry on the back foot.
Which is a fundamental human right, and that's what we're talking about here. The world is craving a healing through everything that's happened over.
Again, he had something to say. He didn't say it.
These several months, and we really look.
Now he's looking down, like, is this ever going to end? He's biting his lips and looking down and blinking.
Back at history for obviously much longer than that.
Blinking.
I think Alicia, to your point earlier, saying talking about discomfort.
Blinking.
And why it's an important recognition is that it's like growing pains.
This is why people are saying Harry looks like a hostage. Blinking, 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 looking down, biting his lips. Is this ever going to end? And she doesn't let anybody else speak. Where is anyone else speaking?
Growing pains are painful. This process is painful, and it has been for a long time. But through that immense pain, what we can have tremendous faith in is knowing that there will be growth. And that's what we're seeing happen every single day as all of you are out there campaigning, fighting the right fight, being on the right side of history, and ensuring that we can get closer to
his light. Look at Harry. His light is dimming, dimming, dimming. He's just waiting, waiting, waiting. She never shuts up. She never stops talking.
seeing this truly as our past and not something that we have to revisit again and again and again. So we thank you and commend you for your efforts on that. It is inspiring for both of us to watch and to bear witness to, and why we, of course, made the time and find it a huge honor to be able to have this time with all of you today.
Guys, I'm aging, right? I'm 30.
Harry looked off frame. He looked out of the frame, and then he made a joke. Okay, so, and here it kind of starts to work for him, but he's way out of the frame.
5 already, and
That's not aging.
it is aging compared to these guys. Look, but the optimism and the hope that we get is listening and speaking to people like you, because there is no turning back now, right? Everything is coming to a head. Solutions exist.
As you can see, look, he is, as the video call progresses, he's pushed further and further out of the frame. His right shoulder was more in the frame in the beginning, and he's further and further and further out of the frame. And look at all of this space on Meghan's side. Meghan is taking complete control.
Change is happening far quicker than it ever has done before. But back to all your points is we have to acknowledge, but also learn from the past where people have tried to do.
And notice that Harry motions with his other hand. Meghan motions with her hand closest to Harry, which pushes him further out of the frame. Harry motions with his hand, the hand that is away from Meghan, which does not push her out of the frame. It only shares the space and recognizes that she holds the center.
Something similar and fail for one reason or another. How are we going to be successful this time? Because all the clues are there. We just need this movement to be able to continue this momentum for as long as it takes. And you guys are all leading that. Mike, sorry, you were next and I jumped in.
Look, he calls on Mike. Mike, you were next and I jumped in. What happens? Meghan just talks over everybody. Meghan
Right
takes
there with you, standing in solidarity, and certainly doing everything that we can from our end.
So Harry called on Mike. Meghan completely ignored what he said. Mike didn't speak at all, and Harry and Meghan just keep speaking.
We're going to get there. And we have a lot of renewed faith and energy in that, having had this conversation. So well done.
Yeah, well done, guys. Just a huge thank you to everything that you're doing, the voice that you have, and hopefully the QCT platform is making life easier for you guys and connecting you with so many people around the world that are fighting the same fight. So, yeah, this change is needed and it's coming.
Finally, look, Harry is moving further into the center. He leans in. He's engaged here. Finally, you see a lot more of his shoulder, but she's making sure he doesn't get into the center. Look, she's blocking with this shoulder. She's making sure she's right in the center, but at least he got in a little bit at the end and he started engaging.
Thank you all so much.